Hey you guys, welcome back. I am so excited because today we're looking at making fake cupcakes. They are really easy and so much fun. If you're new around here, I want to welcome you. My name is Jenny and I am that props girl. If you're interested in arts and crafts or how I make props for theatre or anything decorative, then this is the place for you. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and then make sure you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button to stay up to date with all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alrighty. Making fake cupcakes is actually so easy and I'm so excited to share it with you today. This is actually the first prototype I ever made of a fake cupcake, and ever since then I've tried to update and tweak my method to just improve it a little bit. And today is no exception to that rule. I'm actually trialing a new method in how to make cupcakes and I've never done it before. You'll get to find out with me whether I should stick to what I know or if the new method works.
You will need some expanding foam, some wall filler, some sticky tape, a nozzle for a piping bag, Ziploc bags, clay tools, paper clips, cupcake pans, anything you'd like to use to decorate the cupcakes, some acrylic paint, a cutting board, and a glue gun and glue sticks.
Now the first thing we want to do is we actually want to weigh down our cupcake pan because they tend to be a little bit top heavy. So what I've gone and done is I've got some paper clips just taped into the bottom of mine. Now you can use whatever you'd like, be it buttons or something that's relatively weighty on the bottom, but it's just to create a little bit of a ballast. So once you're done with that, it's best to grab a muffin tray and just pop them in just to make sure they maintain their shape as we do the next steps. You want to get your expanding foam. Now a little goes a very long way with this. You do not need a lot. If you don't have a fresh can, you want to make sure you have a fresh nozzle, and you literally just need to spray in a very little bit because it is expanding foam and it expands a lot further than you think it will. And that's all you need. So once you're done with that, you just need to set them to dry. Now I like to just mold them with the end of the nozzle a little bit because it is a bit toxic to touch it, just to make sure that it's kind of a bit flat. But if yours are not flat and they're peaking, that is totally fine because I can show you how to fix that. But basically this is done now. We've just got to leave it to dry, and that can take anywhere from 20 minutes to a couple of hours. So when your bases are dry, you're ready to make your icing. Now for that, you're going to need the wall filler, and you're also going to want an acrylic paint and the color palette you've gone with. Now I've gone with purples and pinks and just a touch of blue in there to make a few different colors. Now the best way to actually make these is to actually have either some bowls or some disposable containers, just so you can put the filler in and you're not worried about staining things. And these can also be washed as well, but just in case you have a little bit of a spillage, you're not ruining something that's really good quality. Now in my previous designs, I've actually used a silicone on the top of this, and it worked really well, but it is quite heavy and it is difficult to actually squeeze on there. So I'm trying the filler today because I've been researching and looked at a lot of reviews saying it's a really great way to make icing. But if you are wanting to make these for decorative purposes and you want something that might be like a cute paperweight, then I do suggest that you either put a heavy weight in the bottom or you use the silicone option. So now we're going to get our clay tool. We're just going to get out some of this filler, put a little bit in each container. So now we're ready to put in our paint, and basically all you do is you just put in your acrylic paint with it and you mix it all together. So for this one, I love this color pink, but I think it's going to be a little bit too bright for the color that I'm wanting. So I'm going to put a bit of that, but I'm also going to mix this nice metallic with it. And you can use whatever colors you want that fit in your color scheme. Okay, now we're not going to use a paintbrush for this to mix it because it is going to ruin the paintbrush. So you actually need to use one of your clay tools and just mix it in like that. So that's making a really rich color there. So that's come together beautifully now, and that actually looks like icing. So, and that is a gorgeous color. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the other ones. So there we go, we have 3 different colours. We've got our mauve, nice purple here, we have a bit of a strawberry pink over there, and I've got a darker purple here, which is a combination of the same colour I put in here, this lilac colour, red and some blue. Okay, so now our bases are hard at the top. They are ready for our icing. Now I'm going to do my cheating way of making a piping bag by taking a Ziploc bag and just cutting the corner off the bottom. And then you open it up and we'll put our nozzle in there. Let's start with the purple as our tool is already in that. I think the paint has actually made the filler a bit runnier than normal, but that is totally fine. It's still quite thick. So we got our piping ready to go. So I'm going to get my cupcake. We'll see how we go with this one. Alrighty, well I'm actually pretty happy with that one. It certainly pipes out a lot easier than the silicone does, so I will definitely be using this method in the future. However, it is very messy. I'm going to go in now with the mauve and the pink. Once they're all dry, you're ready to decorate. Now there are so many methods you can use to decorate them. I'm not going to have time to go through them all. It's really up to personal choice how you want to decorate these. So I'm going to go through a couple of methods that I've used. Now the first one you can use is really simple, is you can get these little paper flowers in cheap stores for about $3, and they're really great because they're flat and you can just pop them on top with a bit of glue, and there you go. They came in really handy when I used these ones because all I did was pop them on top and they still had a really great look. So if you're going for something simple, they're a really affordable way to go. If you want, you can also buy these nice rosettes. So I've got a few in here, but they come in packets like this in one color, and normally I just glue them on. You can also choose to paint on top of these as well. So you could use a glitter paint, which I'm going to use for one of them. Most of my other ones I have gone in with a glitter paint because it gives it a nice shine, but that's up to personal preference. Now for this first one, I'm going to go in with this bronzy gold sort of glitter paint. I'm just going to pop a little bit in there, grab a paintbrush, and then I'm going to gently press it on. That is what I've done. It's got a bit of a glittery shine to it. Now with these last two, I'm going to go in with these rosettes. So I'm just going to start with this one down the bottom by popping in some little tiny mauve ones just to match it. Just going to but that one looks really sweet now. I'm going to go in with red and white on this pink one. So there we go, and we are done, and I am so happy with the results. I love the way that this came together. I love the way it looks, and it was just so easy to do. When I made this one out of silicone, it just didn't give me the right texture, but you can clearly see that this one over here looks like real icing. This one just doesn't. However, if I need another paperweight, I'll go with silicone. If you found this difficult in any way, please leave me a comment below and I will try to help you in any way I can. But also something to note is that you may not get it right your first go, and that's actually okay because I certainly didn't. I learn more when things don't go right from when they do, because is less about being perfect all the time and more about just being creative and having fun and giving it a go. So I hope you've had some fun and you've learned something. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button to keep up to date. Give me a comment if you've got any questions or suggestions for projects you'd like me to try, and I'll see you next time.